What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today, and we are doing another another experiment video. And today we're going to see which team should J.J. Watt sign with in free agency. Of course, we all know that the Texans are, they're trying to go back into the dark ages. They like to come out, look decent, then disappear for half a decade, and then come back. So, of course, J.J. Watt and the Texans have parted ways. We are going to have 4 teams here, which means 4 simulations for J.J. Watt to either have his best season or, a Super Bowl win. We have, like I said, 4 teams, and we are ranking them in order, in my opinion, to the least likely all the way to the most likely signing teams for J.J. Watt. Of course, there's Vegas odds and all that on this because everyone is addicted to gambling and people will gamble over, what kind of haircut J.J. Watt will have by September 1st and, what kind of handshake he'll have with his coach and, But we're starting with the Browns. I think of the 4 teams here, they're the least likely, but that's still like 20-some teams higher than the other teams, in my opinion. Of course, you don't know where he's going to go, but I have a pretty good idea who I think number 1 will be. I don't know about should be, but will be, I think. As far as, this team goes, definitely not their biggest need. I'd say maybe a linebacker would be a little bit bigger, but obviously JJ and Miles would be a hell of a combo. And, let's get into it. There's not really much more to do here. Of course, we will have a Rams franchise video, week 17, I believe, not after this, but a little bit later today, probably around 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then we'll have a stream tonight on twitch.tv/Jeromepkr around 9 or 10, Bulldogs, and then, Cyberpunk, or, maybe Zombies, something like that, something along those lines, so maybe give a follow over there. Maybe leave a like here, subscribe. I guess I can't really say leave a like because the video just started. So, what are you supposed to predict if you're going to like this? I don't even know. But, ironically enough, Steelers, spoiler alert, they're one of the 4 teams, is the first matchup for the Browns who do make the playoffs here. Not really a super surprise, but you never know when the Browns are going to Browns it. As far as the regular season goes, they had a really rough start. Obviously, this is the real-life schedule from last year. Technically, I can't do active because that wouldn't make any sense because the ratings are going to drop, even though these are the ratings that are likely to be the start of next Madden. So it's a 50-50. It is what it is. Just accept it. Accept Jesus into your life. I don't even know, dude. But good finish to the end of the season. Obviously, looking at the offensive stats, I guess we'll take a look at these just because we want to see how much was JJ, how much was the offense. As you can see, JJ Watt starts off with not a bad season, but when you compare the fact that the entire Browns defense was insane, I guess it means a little less, but 22 tackles for loss, 12 sacks would obviously be a win and a half for both parties. JJ Watt wearing number 92 here. Yikes! But that doesn't really matter, does it? Forced fumbles, 1 forced fumble, no touchdowns. Really good, though. He didn't get injured. Obviously, injuries are off, so it's kind of irrelevant to mention. And now let's see the playoffs, something that JJ really didn't get to see a whole lot of when he was with Houston. Against the Steelers, their rivals, and they win the first game. Another rival match going against the Bengals, and they lose. The Browns are usually a team that does go all the way very often in the first couple of seasons, so seeing them lose here is not super surprising, but it's definitely would have thought they would have went a little bit further than this. As far as the first game goes, no sack from J.J. Watt. Where even is he? Did he even play? Where the hell is he? I just went through the whole damn team. Did I make a blind? Yo, he was barely there. Okay. Let's go on to the divisional round now. You got to have a performance here, Watt, because I'm assuming his number is going to be anywhere from 8 to 10 mil probably, right? For maybe 2 years, 3 years. JJ this time 1 sack. Of course, we don't know. Pressures are more important than sacks or tackles. Well, tackles for loss is a pretty nice rating. But yeah, the Browns, they get to the divisional and they lose. The Niners versus Ravens, a little bit of a Super Bowl rematch there, and the Niners win. So Browns, J.J. Watt, pretty good, pretty good. All right, the third most likely team, in my opinion, would be the Buffalo Bills. Well, not even just my opinion. The odds, obviously, there's a bunch of different teams, but I would assume J.J. Watt at this point is probably going to be chasing a ring as far as teams that can, do that for him. I think the Bills are really well coached. The DBs of Buffalo are really solid. I mean, the whole defense is really solid. J.J. Watt would only make them better. Can the offense get it done, though? I mean, probably maybe a nice little offensive lineman draft would, shore that up. Maybe a corner as well. But yeah, as far as the third best team, here it is. Or the third most likely team, I suppose. Mr. J.J. Watt. We changed his number this time. Don't yell at me. It's ironic, because I don't think J.J. Watt's going to be in a Bills uniform in the thumbnail, even though I think the Bills uniforms are great. It's just the Browns, Steelers, and the other team are more likely. Let's be honest. You already seen the thumbnail. Packers. Browns, Steelers, Packers. And of course, you can see here, Buffalo, 7-9, does not make the postseason. J.J. Watt is regretting everything. But of course, let's take a look at what he actually, see if he played well. I mean, it's still nice to have a good season to slap on the old career. We'll show the rushing and receivings. We did that for the Browns. You can see Cole Beasley, the number one receiver here, ironically enough. As far as sack totals go, yikes. That defense did not do as well as Cleveland at all. Looking at other things, why would I look at pass deflections? Why? Fumbles, J.J. Watt forced one and recovered one. Anything else? No, and more downs played. Yikes. We always like to see who wins the Super Bowl just for the hell of it. The Colts versus the Niners, and the winner of this one is the Colts. Niners been in a couple of them now. All right, for the second the second most favored team, in my opinion, even though the odds say that they're the number one, simply because of his brother being there, well, both brothers being there, are the Pittsburgh Steelers. The thing is, I don't feel like J.J. Watt's like a super petty person, but in my opinion, the way I would look at it, maybe you do want to play with your brother. I suppose, well, okay, no, let's not do it like that. But in my opinion, would you not rather have your own legacy? I don't know. It really kind of depends, because at the end of the day, if J.J. Watt finally gets a ring with his brother, then his brother's already, technically as good as him if we're going to be counting rings, which everyone loves to do. So, I feel like if I'm JJ, I want my own path. Pittsburgh just doesn't seem like they have it in order on offense right now. I just don't think they're a super favorite to win a Super Bowl here. I'd say of those four teams that we have, I would maybe even put them on the lowest end, honestly. I think I would. Maybe the Bills right there. I don't know. I think the Steelers may be less primed, especially in a tough division. So, I don't know. Of course, second, maybe the most favored team just because of his brothers being there and whatnot. And, of course, I believe Cameron Hayward's going to be gone, so they do have the need. But then again, who doesn't have a need for a guy like J.J. Watt? So we're going to be simulating this one, and then we'll go on to the final team. You've probably already seen in thumbnails. Probably going to be people saying, "Oh, you're being biased. You're so biased about this." And I don't know. I don't feel like it's, as someone that loves J.J. Watt and is a Packers fan, I don't even necessarily say I'd want him. I think I'd put more money into a cornerback than J.J. Watt, but obviously our ground defense isn't super great, so, I'll take him. And you can see here the Steelers do not make the playoffs at 8-8. The only team to go under 11 wins in the division, but still 8-8 is not bad. So far the Browns are the only team to make the postseason with Watt on their roster so far. Looking at the stats, Big Ben is he even going to be here? I think he has to be here because Pittsburgh would lose a lot of money just releasing him. And as far as sack totals go, JJ and TJ right next to each other, which is pretty cool. As far as his ratings go, it's probably not his best season. The Browns, he had 12 sacks. The Browns, he had 22 tackles for a loss. This is half. He had more total tackles and a little bit more solo tackles as far as forced fumbles go. He had no recoveries or anything like that. So second best season for sure, but still not as good as his Browns season. He does have a pick, though, which is pretty cool. Let's also take a look. I'll show you guys that I actually probably put him on, probably ruining the teams doing this, but I actually put him on, the number one list just to give him as much playtime as possible. So, you know, there's no bias if with Green Bay he puts up like 400 sacks or something and they win a Super Bowl. Tampa versus the Chiefs. There we go. That's pretty cool, actually. The Chiefs win this one, so no force winning there, and yet it was a real-life Super Bowl matchup, so that's kind of cool. And then because of the thumbnail, you already knew my number one team, in my opinion, and a very high odds team as well, the Green Bay Packers, of course. As far as an offense goes, definitely the one of the most prime teams to win a Super Bowl. And I mean, as far as the postseason goes, Washington did play pretty good against Tampa, but very, very close to beating Tampa and should have. They kind of choked a little bit on offense, and of course, Kevin Kane. Don't get me started. Honestly, he's not going to be here, so let's just save ourselves the worry real quick. J.J. Watt with Kenny Clark. Damon Harrison probably won't be here, but he's not even going to play here anyways. Preston kind of benched for Rashawn Gary. So assuming Preston's going to be released, they moved some money around literally like hours, I believe, after J.J. Watt announced that he was leaving, or whoever announced it that he was leaving the Texans. So just in cap space alone, they have a lot of cap space that they can move around with, especially if they do want to go all in now and kind of move some of those bonuses towards the future. So they could easily afford J.J. Watt. It really kind of depends. Maybe they should talk to Rodgers, because, of course, at this point, they owe him more than an apology by drafting Love. So ask him, hey, do you think we should go for J.J. Watt? Do you think we should go for a receiver? What do you think? You know, I think a tackle would probably be a better option. As far as, you know, being biased about this, I would love J.J. Watt. I would buy a Packers J.J. Watt jersey, obviously. But I think you could probably pass on this one. Draft a DT in the third round or something, or a DN in the third round. Go for corner, go for wide receiver. But as far as a guy like J.J. Watt loving Wisconsin, literally in love with the state of Wisconsin, loved the Packers, this just seems too obvious to me. It really just seems way too obvious for him to come to Green Bay. And it's not like the interior of the Packers D-line is like completely settled. Kenny Clark, who had a little bit of a down year last year outside of the postseason, you know, he's literally the only good player you have. Dean Lowry's You know, Kingsley Keke, he's a high-effort player, but they are lacking. We're lacking in the run defense hardcore. Packers hate inside linebackers, so another defensive lineman would probably be the best bet. Like I said, though, you know, talking a little bit about the Packers here, mainly because I just want to talk about the Packers. It has nothing to do with, you know, anything else. We got to put David Bakhtiari in there. I know there's probably some injury that I missed for one of the other teams, but there's no one as big as a 25 overall difference. Of course, David Bakhtiari being in the championship game alone may have had the Packers winning that one, because once again, the thing that was winning games for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, especially in the postseason, was their pass rush. They were killing teams. Green Bay was, they were pretty bad against it. They had David Bakhtiari, even though they played pretty poorly with him in earlier in the season. You know, I think they would have had a better chance, but here we are going to the playoffs. Let's see. It'd be really embarrassing if we don't even make the playoffs in this one. And they get a bye week at 13-3. I'll show you guys that we didn't force any wins. And once again, in my opinion, this is an unbiased opinion, because at the end of the day, if J.J. Watt joins Green Bay, there's going to be so much more pressure on Rodgers. I would rather us go for an under-the-radar name. If Green Bay signs J.J. Watt, it's going to be, how much help does Rodgers need? You know, they don't even deserve it, mate. They just paid for it all. I don't know why. Like, there's an Australian man talking about it. Rodgers absolutely crushed it with 4,500 yards, 46 touchdowns, 6 picks. Back-to-back MVPs, probably with those numbers. I should have released Aaron Jones. We should have released him, because there's not a chance Aaron Jones is in Green Bay next year. As far as Adams goes, kills it. Lazard kills it. MVS kills it. MVS will be here for sure. Devontae will be here for sure. Can't tell you about anyone else. As far as offensive linemen go, really good performances. And J.J. Watt with one of his worst seasons yet. Tackles for loss aren't bad, though, so put that on the list. Green Bay Packers, only 9 sacks. Only 9 sacks. A solo 51, that would be his second highest solo tackles. Tackles for a loss, that would be his second highest tackles for a loss. Sack totals, that would be his third highest sack totals. Yeah, Bills, he's really bad on the Bills. And then as far as stuff like forced fumbles go, he did have 1 forced fumbles. So as far as JJ's personal season goes, definitely not super great at all. I want to see MVP. It was Rodgers. Definitely not a great personal season, but so far the best team to get going, because obviously a bye week automatically here. Going against the, what is this, a repeat of last year, technically? The Niners. Oh, that's a loss. That's a loss. Come on. And they win. They're in the Super Bowl versus the Chiefs. Something you know should have been this year. Do we want to go in? Yeah, we'll go in. We'll go in. Screw it. 89 overall Packers versus the 86 overall Chiefs. Let's see if we can get like a screenshot of J.J. Watt in a Packers uniform, which I don't know if it's going to look good or not, but once again, I think it's just the most likely, the most prime team of teams that are likely to get him in, like, not even in my opinion. I think at this point that's not a biased opinion. I think that's just literal fact. So, yeah. Oh, please. Rodgers, please. One more ring. It's all I care about. That's me on my knees right there, just begging. Oh, man. One more and I'll die happy. That's it. One more and I'll die happy. 2 years from now when Rodgers wins 2 in a row, I'm like, give me a fourth. Give me a fourth. No, I really don't know, dude. Let me know in the comment section below. Where do you think J.J. Watt's going to go? Where should he go? And do you think Rodgers ever going to win another ring? We'll even get to another Super Bowl. Seeing Mahomes already with his second appearance makes me want to cry. Even though I respect good football, so you know, I'm happy for him. Of course, Green Bay with a stop early in this one. 7-0, 7-all. Kansas City not doing well on offense, but either is Green Bay here. As Green Bay has had a lot of opportunities and kind of squandered them. Down by 7 at half. Huge touchdown drive here. Defense stops them up by 3. This is a very close game. Clutch touchdown there. And I believe nothing but the worst. Oh my. Watt on the outside. That is kind of cheese though. Look at this. That is so filthy. And Damon Harris. I kind of feel bad. Almost freaking got him anyways. Kind of feel bad. We actually made the pressure. And Green Bay with J.J. Watt have won the Super Bowl. That is nice to see. That is filthy to see, actually. That's really cool. I kind of want to put like J.J. Watt's jersey as a Super Bowl, logo with it. Might be a little cheese, but I don't know. Oh, please. I don't get to see Green Bay winning Super Bowls, even in Madden often, let alone in real life. And I know as a Packers fan, we've kind of been blessed, so it'd be what it be. It'd be what it be. But, yeah, like I said, I mean, I wouldn't even really favor J.J. Watt going to the Green Bay Packers, like, as a personal opinion, but, you know, obviously I would root the hell on for it because I'm a Packers fan, but, you know, it would be so sick to have him here. Don't think it's the best use of money. Nah, it is. Bring him on. Bring him home. Come on. Oh, man. I don't think it's being biased. I really think there's a very good chance he comes to Green Bay. Of course, he's not on the podium, which is an absolute joke. Like, that would just not happen. J.J. Watt would be, it would be Rodgers, J.J., Devontae for sure. Like, J.J. would be on the podium, 100%. Hell, he could be MVP of the Super Bowl for all we know. But, of course, you see a ring, you see a win, and it is what it is. Let's take a look at the stats. Of course, Rodgers outplaying Mahomes. Mahomes seems like he had to do more, though, so, you know, just like in real life against the Buccaneers. J.J. Watt does come up with a sack, tackle for a loss. Does that count for the sack? I can't remember. 3 total tackles, 3 solo tackles. Nice, nice. His face looks so serious, scary. But, yeah. That is pretty much going to be the video. I'm not even going to leave this screen. We're going to stay here forever. Anyways, thanks for watching. Once again, maybe they answer those questions in the comment section. It'd be cool to read those, see what you guys think. Maybe there's a team that wasn't on the top 4 there that you think is going to get him, and that's where he actually could go. Because once again, those 4-5 teams that are the clear-cut favorites, there's no guarantee, right? It's where does he think? He could go to Tampa. I mean, I would assume he wants a ring. Playing in warm weather, even though, you know, he's used to the cold, wants the cold probably, you know, the warm weather wouldn't be a bad thing for him. Go and win himself a ring with Tampa. it wouldn't surprise me. You know, it's not completely out of the realm. I know the Buccaneers are going to be struggling with their cap a little bit here, likely to lose Godwin. But, you know, I don't know. I really don't know. I just think Green Bay is the #1 choice for him. And I wouldn't say necessarily financially, but obviously home field-wise and a pretty damn good chance to win a ring. Like I said, let me know in the comment section below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, you know, I call it a filler video, but it still took me about longer than like a Bulldogs video or, you know, Washington football video. So if you guys enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel PK Plays, twitch.tv/Jeromepkr, stream tonight at 10 or 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, Bulldogs, Cyberpunk, and not maybe but zombies, something along those lines. As far as you know, these types of videos, experiments, let me know what you guys want to see in the future. I have a couple of ideas for things that we should do and probably will do. Probably another one tomorrow along with maybe Bulldogs, and then Thursday we could do Washington. I don't know. We've got another rebuild to probably make, some sort of rebuild. Anyways, though, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys come back for next video, but until next video,